Hello, this is a review of the Hitachi DS18DGL 18 volt cordless driver drill that you see here. So it comes in a box that you see like this. The box looks like this. And out of the box it comes with this nice carry case that you can use for toting and storing the drill. And pop it open, and this is what you get inside. So it nicely holds all of the parts of the drill that you'll need. Of course, the drill itself, 2 batteries, 1 extra battery and 1 battery attached, and the charger that comes with it. And out of the box it comes with the manuals put on top of it as well. And out of the case you get what you see here and the manuals. So first I want to point out that the manual covers more detailed specifications that were otherwise on the side of the box over there, but you want to take note that it officially supports up to 1.5 inch softwood. It has a 1/2 inch keyless chuck, which most drills are keyless unless you get a really cheap drill nowadays. So they should all be about the same. It's really easy to add and remove things from here. And also it includes the specifications on the charge time. And check this out. It claims that at a certain temperature it should charge in approximately 35 minutes. I think that's pretty cool. Compared to my other drills that we'll talk about in a little bit, they take longer to charge. But this is a lithium-ion. The charge will last longer on here than the older batteries that you see on the other drills. But here are the main components. Of course, you get the drill itself that we see pictured right here. And then you get a second battery, and I highly recommend always having a 2 battery system with the drill. It makes a really big difference when you're working on a job, especially when you work on your own home, that you don't want to just stop because your drill gave out that the battery was done. You really always want to have a fully charged battery on hand when you're in the middle of a job, so you can just hot swap and then put the other one back on the charger. But again, fortunately the charge time isn't supposed to be that long on this, so worst case scenario, you go take a break, time to go eat lunch, dinner, take a break, have a snack, etc., have a coffee. Those all work, but I like to just keep chugging along, so having a second one makes a big difference. I always had 2 on my Ryobi and I absolutely loved it. I would tell anyone to get 2 battery system whenever you go, but my Black & Decker here has 1, so fortunately I have multiple drills and I can always fall back on that, but I highly recommend that. But of course, here's your charger here, and it's really nice that the charger fits in the case that we have over here, as was the case with my Ryobi. But take the example of this one, which doesn't even come with the case. The charger is just sitting inside the box that we have there. But this is a really lightweight charger. My charger from the Ryobi is very heavy in comparison, but that's not really a big deal. But the case too is actually really important. I really like having a case, and not only just any case, a nice hard shell case that we have here. Again, like I had with my old Ryobi set, but unlike that I have with my other lightweight drill I have here. Like this is just a drill, comes in a box. So with this one, I keep the charger inside the box just so I have somewhere to put it. But look, you can't stack stuff just on a freestanding drill that you're gonna throw somewhere. So with this, I'll put it inside the box, so at least the box is something. But that was nice about these nice hard shell cases. Also notice that this is nice and compact compared to the size that it took for my other one here. The most important part is the drill itself. So let's take a closer look at what we have here. So this is of course the drill, and it's got some heft to it. So it's not light like some of the lighter weight drills like the one that I have there. It's got some heft to it, but it's not too heavy. Both my wife and I have both used this in our garage when we're doing a bunch of electrical work, installing screws, running conduit all over the place, installing outlets, and drilling some beams here and there, putting drywall up. This is what we used for doing a lot of drilling and some woodwork that we had in our garage, but both of us did it with ease. That has to do with the weight. Let's take a look at some of the other features. So you have a low and high setting on the top. So this is low, and you can run it on high as well. Also, you have your directions here. So this is, right to the right, and over here this is to the left. Now notice that you can only tell here by the little indicator here. So I really preferred it when sometimes they would actually draw an arrow directly on it. So if I compare it to my Ryobi that I have over here, it was really nice that this is clearly going out, unscrewing something, whereas on the, the other side here, it was clearly screwing in. That was really nice and obvious when they did stuff like that, but honestly, this works just fine as we have it here. And by the way, it's the same system that we had on this one here that just had that as well. So You just test it, you see what it is. You also have your controls here, so you can rotate this around. Oh, and so this gives you the amount of torque that it'll do before it stops working, or stops spinning. So when you're doing screws, you definitely want to use this to control how much torque it wants to do before it starts to just spin without damaging the bit on the end or the screw, or screwing it in too far. So if you're drilling into soft wood, you don't want to embed the screw a ½ inch deep. So that's why you pick the setting that makes sense for the wood you're using, and it'll just stop right there. I rely on this a whole lot. This gave me plenty of control. I always had a good job controlling the settings that we had on my Ryobi as well. We had 24 settings on there. This one has half spaces in between, so although the numbers may be different, ratchet around, show you what you got here. We have 22. Now, one difference on this one that we have that was different on something like this is this one actually had a screw versus a drill setting here. So it was easy just to toggle this way and that way. Although every once in a while you forget and you leave it on one or the other. And then, you start drilling something, but it's actually on this setting here, and it just starts, when the drill bit gets too tight, it just starts clicking and not drilling, and you go, oh, fine, you just flip it there. But on here, it's a little bit different. You got to rotate it past the highest setting till you get to the drill bits picture there. That's really fine for us to work with there. Other features on here, this is a really big deal to me, is the feel of the trigger. Because especially when I am screwing things in, but I also like when I drill, I like to start slow. I think it's really important to be able to, because I get a good sense of control when I can start slow. You don't just pull the trigger and it's running at full speed. You want to kind of, start really slow. I get a real sense of control with this one, and that's one of the things that I loved about the Ryobi that I had here. I had a really good sense of control over there. That's one of the flaws that I had with this one here, is you can kind of do it, but it feels wrong. You can see it looks okay, but it's not the right feel on my trigger finger here for doing. I don't feel I have, it kind of goes too fast suddenly. You can kind of see where that difference is here, where this one feels really nice and smooth. Anyways, that was a really big deal for me, so I like that I have a feel for control when I'm working with this here. Other features here is you have a light down here. Now this is actually really nice. At first I thought it was it maybe is weird that they put it down here. Like, isn't it weird that they have it down there? You're like, what's it shining at? It's actually doing a really good job shining right where you're about to drill. Check this out. Look how it's kind of hard to to see because it's so bright in here right now, but you can kind of see where it lights up. It's a good circle right about where I'm about to drill. It angles up so that it hits it, and that's pretty cool, because compare that to this one here, which has the light right there. And I was like, at first I thought this was a good idea, but it actually casts a shadow on the top side. You see how I'm getting a shadow up there compared to down here? Honestly, any light is better than no light. This one didn't have light. It kind of predated when they actually did lights on these things here. It's not a deal breaker for me. I just bring other lighting around. But this was actually really nice that it did that. It was a really nice angle for that. The only drawback that I can think of at all for this drill is one feature that it doesn't have that I absolutely love that used to be on my Ryobi, is that a magnetic strip right on the front. I can't tell you how useful that has been to be able to throw things on there and have it just stick. Especially screws. I would put on like 10 different screws. I'd get up on a ladder, and it's pretty strong here. It's really nice to have that. I can shake this thing, and those did not fall. Here it is relative to my other two drills that I have here. So you see it's smaller than the Ryobi that we have next to it, and bigger than the Black & Decker. But this is really powerful, much more powerful than this one is here, and kind of on par. This has always been a great drill for me too. So we love this drill. I think it's a great drill. We're really happy that we got it. It is very powerful for everything that I needed to do. I am very happy that I have this drill. I love my Ryobi. I in fact even got another one of those, but this is great and is so much better than the Black & Decker that I had there. Thanks for watching the review.